Holy guacamole! That's right. I'm Latinx. Venom Let There Be Carnage. Venom Let There Be Carnage is smashing the box office, ladies and gents. It's set for a $71 million opening weekend, and that is, as far as I can tell, I mean, that's literally just domestic. That's mental. I've just done a video, it's rendering right now on James Bond, No Time to Die, and how that's great for the industry. This is equally as good for the industry. Lots of people coming back from this movie actually saying it's garbage, but that was similar with the first one. So let's not talk about kind of personal thoughts and opinions on this just yet. I mean, obviously you can leave them down below, like I don't care. But just note that the point of this video is more specifically, hey, you got two movies out at the moment. One domestic, so you guys in the States, Venom. And then you've got one more worldwide, internationally, and both of them are killing the box office, and that is fantastic for the industry. Don't let anyone sort of, persuade you otherwise. It's very, very good for the industry. Lots and lots of studios will be looking at these things going, hell yes, let's release this shit, let's go. God damn, why did I say that at the start? Right, anyway, let's dive into it, shall we? So, Venom Let There Be Carnage is expected to dominate the domestic box office this weekend with an estimated opening haul of $71.3 million. Now that's interesting. It is interesting because that is quite close to well, it's more than its predictions were anyway. And as far as I can tell, if I remember rightly, looking at some figures, it's fairly close to the original. And if anything, that shows that it's on track to do really, really well. Compared to the original one as well. So the Marvel sequel, which is produced and distributed by Sony and playing exclusively in theatres, because again, we need to say that now, it's not day and date to release, which by the way, FYI, these movies doing really well will actually signify an end to day and date release. Like, it genuinely will, because a studio is going to say, well, there's money sat there on the table, why am I releasing this shit on a a dying streaming platform? Yeah, like, admittedly Disney probably won't, because they want people on Disney Plus, and admittedly Warner Brothers will still sacrifice some films to HBO Max, but by and large this will signify an end to that, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing for the industry. It's a good thing for people like me that review movies. It's a good thing for people like you that love movies and love the movie going experience. But anyway, so that's it had a $37.25 million on Friday. That's quite a lot from 4.2 thousand locations. Now, between now and Sunday, the Columbia Pictures film is expected to raise that number to around $71.3 million, with some industry projections predicting a debut gross closer to $80 million, which I think will probably grab it, right up there. With the original, if I remember rightly. Starring Tom Hardy as the titular character, Venom Let There Be Carnage sees the symbiote facing off against Woody Harrelson's Carnage in a battle of monstrous proportions. Venom 2 is directed by Andy Serkis and also stars Michelle Williams and Naomi Harris as Shriek. It's really bloody good. It's really, really good. Now, we've got like a little, a sort of a little drop down here. Now, this has not been finalised yet, because we've not got all of the actual takings yet, do we? So you've got Black Widow, which had $80.4 million, right? That was its opening weekend gross, from 4.1 thousand theatres open. But that's we know what that one was. Like, that's 100% clear cut. We know the figures. Again, dispute it all you like. I don't really care. But the point is that we've got the figures because the weekend's been done. Whereas for Venom Let There Be Carnage, it's sat at 71.3 million, and it's not done yet. It could still take more. Shang-Chi hit 75.4 million. I'm really surprised to see Venom beating Fast 9. Like, I'm looking at that and I'm like, really? That only hit 70 million world in the States? That's surprising. That is actually surprising. And then obviously it just goes down, 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 down. Because a lot of these movies were released, deep in pandemic. Godzilla vs. Kong, to do as well as it did in March, I think was just staggeringly good. We're only 3,000 locations to hit 31.6 million. I think it did really, really well. Which I think is, again, signifies a pretty interesting move in the industry. And like I said, I did this one here, which was just the sort of James Bond No Time to Die, and how it was aiming for nearly $113 million international box office worldwide. To compare that with this, set for 71.3, well, it basically has hit that, or will, and then you've got them thinking it's going to hit somewhere closer to $80 million. I mean, that's staggeringly good. That is absolutely staggeringly good. It really, really is. Quite surprising as well, FYI. Now, Venom itself hit $80 million, like it says here. It hit $80 million. If Venom, Let There Be Carnage can hit close to that number, I think I'm really surprised it's doing that well. Genuinely, actually, surprised it's doing that well. But it is possible to hit those numbers. It is possible to go and hit $80 million. But it's genuinely surprising. Now, this article here says Sony Pictures is no doubt riding high right now and is likely to have big plans for the franchise moving forwards. It remains to be seen whether director Andy Serkis returns for Venom 3, though we certainly hope he's the studio's top choice over Venom helmer Ruben Fleischer, who will be free after finishing Uncharted 2. And even the likes of The Addams Family 2 has done well. That's likely to have $16 million opening. The industry is doing well. It's great. Like, none of this is bad news. Like, this is all really good news. For people that like movies and things like that, this is great. And the interesting thing about Venom is they're moving their... This hasn't opened anywhere else, because a lot of people are asking for my review. It's not out here in the UK. It opens in like 2 weeks. But the interesting thing about Venom is they only moved this in response to Shang-Chi. So Shang-Chi came out. They looked at the weekend's opening and were like, yeah, fuck it. We'll move it forwards. And literally that's what happened. And I did a video similar to this where I said, hey, look, you know, whatever you think about Shang-Chi, it's a good thing for the industry. Studios will see that and they will move things forward, or they will actually just release their movies now. Case in point, this. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. Now, does this signify most other things will release? Will they stop the day and date release? Yeah, I think so. I do think so. October's an interesting month. There's a lot going on. And I am going to be keen to see Venom's drop off, right? Because we've got No Time to Die releasing in the States soon. I think it's on the 8th of October, if I remember rightly. And then conversely, you've got No Time to Die here in the UK now, but then Venom's going to be releasing in 2 weeks' time. So it'll be interesting, actually, because they are quite literally the polar opposite of one another. One film was out before the other in each location. It's just, you know, it's just the polar opposites, the sort of mirror image of it. It'll be interesting to see how that differs in the market and whether it changes anything. Obviously, No Time to Die, James Bond, traditionally a very British franchise, obviously. And whether Venom Let There Be Carnage can absolutely snowball the crap out of that and just remove it from, you know, the playing field, the board game. And vice versa, will James Bond knock Venom out of the running in the States? But there you go, ladies and gents. It's good for the industry. This is very, very good. Good signs. And I didn't want the industry to die. Who wants the industry to die? These movies don't make money. Movies need to downsize. I get that, but movies not making money means we're not going to get good movies in future. You know, like they just won't happen. Again, you will get good movies, indie projects, and things like that. But still, these films, I want a good offering. And movies doing well means that people are still prepared to take some risks. If nothing does well, studios won't take any risks at all. And it'll only be indie projects that do that, which is kind of, it's been the case now for a little while anyway. So I don't really know what I'm saying there, but you know what I mean. Ladies and gents, leave your thoughts down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. You stayed this long. It's the end of the video. You must have enjoyed it a little bit at the very least, or got something from it. Anyway, hit that like button on your way out, and if you want to support the channel further, we've got memberships, we've got Patreon, and I've got a PO box in the description box. Send stuff. Cheers. Take care.